Starfire.
Today we'll be talking about The Flash, episode 14.
Fallout.
Okay. So did you take notes?
Yes, I did.
Before we get started, we are at 15 subscribers, people.
Yay!
So 5 more and we will start a Twitter page for y'all, okay?
And you guys can send us questions that way, and we'll answer them. We'll pick some and we'll try to answer them, and we'll do shout outs and things like that. So it will be a lot of fun.
Yeah, there'll be a lot more interaction, and almost everyone has a Twitter.
Pretty much. I mean, most people do.
So even those who don't want to make a YouTube account that watch us,
if you don't want to send your question on Twitter, you can still send them on YouTube in the comments.
Yeah,
that's
still
totally
comment.
fine.
You know, we'll take questions.
I mean,
both
there
ways,
might be some of our subscribers who don't have a Twitter. And and so if you do want to ask something, just continue to ask in the comments on here. That's totally fine, and we'll answer them.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about them in the video. So,
So, maybe we'll do a thing where we'll try a thing where we find the top maybe 2 questions from Twitter and address them in the video the next week.
Maybe 2 or 3 if we have whatever we have time for.
Yeah.
If it doesn't take too long for us to explain it, then we might do more than 2.
Yep.
So yeah. We'll start doing that when we get 5 more subscribers.
Yes. So just 5 more.
Yeah. Because
we're
at 15 right now.
If you're not already subscribed, click the button.
Yes.
Because you're keeping everybody else from enjoying togetherness on Twitter.
And we can become a bigger community and a bigger channel by doing the Twitter page, because it will bring more people into what we're doing.
Yeah, people who don't know what they're doing, just click follow and
they'll be able to see it and see like our stuff, because we'll post the videos on there as well. So, yeah.
So once we get that up, we'll let you guys know. And we'll let you guys know once we hit 20.
Yes.
So, hit the button.
Yes. The subscription button.
Okay.
Or the subscribe button. Yeah.
It's the same damn thing.
Subscribe to our channel.
You know you want to. Okay.
Yes.
So, enough
self-promotion.
That word. Promotion. I was like, it starts with a P. What is it? But yeah. Let's get back to the episode, because it was amazing. My face melted off. I was like,
yeah, it was really amazing. It was good. The first thing I have is Ronnie and Caitlin. Because that scene at the beginning was just so cute.
It was.
So, I had to address that.
Yes. I'm so happy for Caitlin.
I am. And I mean, it's sad that, he had to go back and he wasn't completely himself yet. But he was more himself then than he was in the previous episode.
I don't think he's ever going to be himself again.
No, he's never fully going to be Ronnie again.
No.
But he remembered her.
Yeah.
And that's the important thing.
He remembered everything. But the only thing that was different about him was that he could feel what Stein was feeling. It was Stein that was affected by Ronnie's personality.
Yeah.
Stein hated pizza, and Ronnie loved pizza.
I loved when Barry sped off and brought a pizza back.
Stein was eating Hawaiian. Did you notice that?
No!
I swear it was pineapples on that thing.
I did not notice that. I just thought it was cool when he sped off and then he came back with a big pizza box and he...
Yeah. The way Stein acted when he did that. He's like, oh! I was like, dude, you're not 5.
Well, hey, he's excited.
I know.
Give him a break.
But, yeah.
Whoops.
So, it's...
What happened?
Stein, so far, that we've seen that's been affected by the split. They both have the 106 temperature, which I think is probably going to be their basic temperature for the rest of their life. So no more doctor visits.
Oh, and I just wanted to point out, for those that know about the show, particular show or whatever, the actress that plays Stein's wife was on JAG. Not for a long... I mean, she was on there for actually quite a while. She came in, like, season 8, I think. 7 or 8. And the Admiral was almost going to marry her. Like, they were engaged. So, for the people that have watched that show, that's just a little side note.
And a little side note about Eiling, General Eiling, that we just found out because we watched the Flash after show on Stream.tv here on YouTube. That Eiling voiced almost every, at least animated incarnation of Lex Luthor.
That is awesome.
And unfortunately, he's the voice of Mr. Krabs.
On SpongeBob.
I'm not a fan of SpongeBob.
I'm not either.
That's unfortunate for him. But
I think it's stupid.
Very. But...
And I don't care if it's for kids. It's not educational at all. It's just stupid.
There's a lot of shows that aren't educational and stupid that kids like to watch.
I know, but I never got it. I never understood what was so great about it.
Neither did I.
Also, the actress's name is Isabella Hoffman, for those who know about her work or whatever. So, yeah. I just thought that was a cool little side note. Because when I first saw her, I was like, hey, that's Meredith from JAG. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, I never noticed. Like, I watch a lot of JLA movies and whatever, and a lot of, like, Superman cartoons and stuff like that. And I never noticed that he was Lex Luthor.
Well, you probably just didn't pay attention to who the voice was.
Well, I mean, I don't pay attention to who acts or voices anything unless it's supernatural.
No,
or,
I know.
like... Grant Gustin or Stephen Amell.
Yeah.
Those are the people I really pay attention to, are basically the stars of the shows I watch.
Mm-hmm.
But, like...
But I mean, like, with voice acting, sometimes when they do voice acting, they change their voice a little bit, so you don't always recognize who it is right away.
I know. The voice of Timmy Turner is a girl.
Who?
On Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh.
Did you know that? Okay, well.
Okay. The next thing is Mason Bridge wanting Iris to look into Star Labs.
Okay. That was, well, I did see that coming. I mean, Star Labs, he was kind of all over Harrison at the press conference.
Yeah, he was. I mean, Iris was the one who basically asked him that question. Because he didn't answer it from Mason Bridge.
Yeah.
So Iris asked it again, and then she got her answer.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I think he really had a lot of suspicions. And he's right to, because...
Yeah.
So at first, Iris was really skeptical, and she didn't really want to look into it.
But then she knew she recognized Ronnie from somewhere.
The Burning Man.
And she realized he was the Burning Man.
That Caitlin was asking about.
Mm-hmm. So she confronted Caitlin one last time, and when she didn't come clean about it,
Iris did her own searching.
Iris is like, I'm in. Because she wants to find out what's gonna, like, she wants to get to the bottom of this. And this is gonna be awesome, because I hope she's not as stupid as Thea in figuring out one person in the group and not figuring out the other.
Mm-hmm.
Arrow. For those of you who don't watch that, but watch this.
Thea is Oliver's sister.
Yeah. Green Arrow's sister.
Yeah, on Arrow.
So I hope that... Because she saw the Burning Man with Caitlin at her dad's house with Barry.
Mm-hmm.
And she knows that if Caitlin's keeping this secret from them, or from her, and she could... I mean, it was kind of obvious that Joe covered something up.
He's good at that.
Yeah. But, like, there was that awkward silence where they were trying to
really hilarious, actually.
Yeah, when they were trying to figure out what to tell her, and Joe stepped in and he's like, whatever.
Yeah.
And
then Barry was like, oh, it's her cousin.
Yeah.
From Coast City.
Mm-hmm. And so it's like, okay. She had to have been skeptical then.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like, okay, she knows that the Burning Man knows them. Mm-hmm. And she knows that Caitlin works with Barry at Star Labs.
And Cisco works with him.
Yeah. So therefore, she knows that the Burning Man has to be associated with Star Labs.
Mm-hmm.
And she has to just, like, it's like, you have to be stupid not to realize that one of the people working at Star Labs has to be the Flash.
She'll figure it out.
I know, but, like,
I really hope that it happens.
I don't want them to drag it out for season.
I hope that it happens within the rest of the episodes this season. Like,
yeah,
it can be the finale, it can be whatever, but it needs to happen. 15. It needs to happen this season.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it doesn't, then they're just like dragging it out like they do with all the other shows, and it gets pointless and ridiculous, and it's not worth it.
Yeah.
So, and they keep saying that she'll find out sooner rather than later. Mm-hmm. Well, then make it sooner, because people are not going to want to wait 2 to 3 seasons for her to find out that he's the Flash.
Yeah.
Especially with what's supposed to be coming up in the next episode, a month from now.
A month.
So, you know, with the whole kiss and all that. I mean, everybody knows about that now. I'm sure you do. If you don't, then you need to go online and find those filming pictures from when they filmed this episode, the next episode, because, yeah.
And watch the extended trailer.
Yeah. Well, the extended trailer
doesn't have the kisses, no.
It didn't have anything Iris in it, though. The extended trailer.
But watch the extended trailer.
The promos haven't really been having anything with any Iris stuff in them.
Well, that's because Iris barely has anything to do.
I
know.
So
if you give away one scene, you're basically giving away everything.
But I mean, usually in a promo, it's only a few seconds anyway, so they could at least just show her for like a few seconds or something.
Okay, do we cover that?
I think so. Okay. The next thing I have is Dr. Stein telling Barry about time travel.
Okay. Time travel. Yay.
My shirt!
Back to the Future! That has to do with time travel.
I totally didn't even think about it today, but like I just wanted to wear this shirt, and then it ended up
that it has
being appropriate.
Yeah, that it had something to do with last night's episode.
Yeah.
So, oh my gosh,
and it is
such a coincidence. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that. I do lots of voices, so yeah.
Yes, she does.
Might get kind of annoying every once in a while. I'm not sure, but okay.
Okay, come on.
So time travel. I loved how giddy Stein got when Barry said, "I've already done it."
Yeah.
Like, 15 years in the future, me went back in time 15 years ago. Like, me currently went back in time 15 years ago to when my mother died, but I haven't done that yet. But it's gonna happen because it happened 15 years ago. So I'm gonna do it eventually, but it has to be really soon. So it's gonna happen like soonish, but like, and he like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Why aren't you happy about this? Because I fail. It's my destiny to fail.
Sad he
Barry
knows that.
Yeah.
Because in the Flashpoint movie, he didn't know that.
No.
So,
in the Flashpoint movie, he just got mad, went back in time, saved his mom, and screwed things up.
Yeah. at least in this, he knows that it's his destiny to fail.
Yeah.
And, like, he doesn't want to make the same mistake, but at the same time, he still knows that he's going to fail. So, yeah. I mean, it's kind of complicated.
Yeah. You can say that again.
But I'm really excited to see it.
Time travel is always complicated.
It is, but I'm really excited for some of the, like, the next few episodes because they're going to be epic.
Totally.
Seriously epic. Especially the next one. Mm-hmm. And of course, we have to wait a month for it. Stupid CW. I don't care if you're premiering a new freaking TV show. Okay? I don't want to wait another freaking month for it to come back.
Yeah, we just got done waiting.
We just got through a 6-week hiatus from the holidays. Okay, it came back January 20th. They aired, 4 episodes? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Yeah, 4.
So 4. No, wait, 10,
5.
11, 5. They aired 5 episodes, and then we get another break. It's not fair.
No.
I'm sorry, but it's not.
It's not. Is there any other time travel besides that, or do you want to get to the question that was asked on one of our videos?
Well, one of the things I have down is Wells in the yellow suit. So I guess we could just kind of like...
Well, that we will save.
Okay.
Because that kind of has nothing
to do with
this
The next thing I have
part.
is, I just said, ha ha ha, the scene at the West House with everyone, because I thought it was funny. Where it was all awkward and everything.
Okay, yeah, we covered that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that was the next thing that I had on the list.
So let's cover the question. Can you pull that up?
Okay. So we got a question on her the separate video that she posted for the Flash theory.
Yeah, I took a chunk out of last week's episode and I put it into the character reviews. I made a new playlist for those, so those aren't with the episode reviews anymore. So you can scroll further down on the channel page to find those. It's the newest one on there. It's called Raven's New Reverse Flash Theory.
Yes. And we got a question on that particular video.
That pertains to last night's episode.
Exactly. So we're going to address it on this video.
Yes.
I'm just pulling it up right now because I could have had it done beforehand, but then I would have to go back and forth, and so I have to do it now. Okay.
So the I don't really know who asked it. We'll see that when she pulls it up.
AG something.
Yeah. I liked the picture. It was kind of cool looking. The
so shout out to you. Thank you for your question.
Yes, we will call you out in a second when she pulls it up.
I'm getting it. I'm on it right now.
Okay.
I just have to go down to the comment.
Okay. So, yeah. So the whole thing with the time travel in the future, something about Terminator and Back to the Future, the different versions of time travel.
Their name was APG_the gamer. And they said,
like it.
They said, hey girls, I guess this show has got a lot of us eager for answers. In the latest episode, Wells is asked about time travel, and he confidently says it's possible, and then adds also problematic. And he gives 2 theories. Terminator, if you go back in time and change something, you become the reason or cause of the original event. And Back to the Future, where changes create alternate timelines. The Back to the Future approach could explain Wells not knowing about Firestorm because maybe he did not exist in Wells' original timeline. He could be a variable, a direct result of Wells' time intervention. I'm wondering, what are your ideas on how did Wells earn his super speed, and why is he so obsessed with Barry becoming faster? Side note, I love comics but haven't read much of The Flash except for Flashpoint. So thank you for your question.
Yes, thank you.
That's a very awesome question.
It is. And it's loaded. Sorry, yes. I have to get the charger out of my backpack.
And I love that, like, the fact that the Back to the Future theory is actually more plausible than the Terminator theory, because, hello!
It is more plausible, and it's just more I don't know.
And I'm not flashing anyone. I was just showing my shirt.
Yeah. The Back to the Future theory makes more sense, but the Terminator theory is what they used for the cartoon movie.
Okay.
Because...
Oh, for the Flashpoint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they, it was... He went back in time, saved his mom, and the whole future changed.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't necessarily create an alternate timeline.
Yeah.
He just changed the future.
Isn't him going back and having it change, though, creating another timeline, or no?
No, because in that movie, not saying that this is going to follow the movie directly or anything like that, but in that movie, you had him going back in time, saving his mom, and losing his powers because without his mom's death, he had no reason to start looking for the Yellow Man and to become a CSI, to be in the building when the lightning struck and get hit by it. So he never became the Flash.
So, but isn't that an alternate timeline? Because all those things, it changed everything. So there's like a version of him. Okay, well, wait. It wouldn't be because
back in time
because there's not another version of him. Okay,
exactly.
I see. If there was another version of him, then it would be an alternate timeline.
He inhabited the body of the person that was living that life.
I should know this. I love the Back to the Future movies. What the heck?
Yeah. He inhabited the body of the person that was living that life.
Yeah.
With his own memories.
Yeah.
But he didn't like what was happening, and I can't remember how he fixed it, but he ended up going back again.
He just he got electrocuted again, remember?
Right. He
had Batman electrocute him again so that he could get his powers back and he could go back in time and fix what he messed up.
So he had to let his mother die.
Yeah.
He got his powers. He got his powers back the lightning way, that like what we saw on the pilot. And he goes back to the present where he lived, and everything was okay again. That was basically the Terminator theory because he affected the past and basically changed the future. But he went back to the past, changed it back to what happened, and the future was saved, nothing different, and there was no repercussions for it.
Yeah, so he became the reason and the cause for the original event because he went back in time and changed something. The change being his mom was alive.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I mean, we know that they probably are going to do something with the Flashpoint thing in the show.
Yeah, because Barry travels through time in the next episode. Accidental time travel.
We don't know if he's going to try to change it to have his mom be alive again or what he's going to do.
We don't even know if that's where he's going.
Yeah.
Because just because he knows that was him and that he does go back, we never found out how old he was when he went back. We still have unanswered questions from when the can't be pushed in all play. When the trying to get my computer to charge. There we go. Sensitive cord. What was I saying? The
thing for the where how like there's still unanswered questions.
Right. The newspaper article that Wells pulled up on Gideon. The Flash disappears. Something.
The Flash disappears. Something with the crisis that happens, and it's
the Flash disappears
in crisis.
In crisis. Something 2024.
Yeah.
That could have been when he traveled back in time, saved his mom, and crap happened. Who knows? So, because he disappeared then, disappearing means traveling through time.
And apparently, the time travel is unintended. It's accidental.
In this episode.
Yeah. In the next
time.
one when it comes back from its month hiatus.
Good Lord.
It's supposed to be like an accident. Mm-hmm. And he lives the same day twice. Like a Groundhog Day type thing. So, yeah. I mean...
Yeah, it could be that we could see him trying to save his mom in the next episode. Then again, it could be something else. Mm-hmm. Because we saw an explosion happening in some stills. We're not going to say who was involved in the explosion.
A car blew up.
Yes,
a car blew up. And it was the result of the weather wizard.
So what could happen is that because Barry travels through time because of something he does via interaction with the weather wizard, maybe he goes back in time just enough to effect what happened to the people in the car.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why he relives that particular day over and over again.
Yeah.
Is because he's saving the person or people that are in the car.
Yeah. And by doing that, it changes things, or it creates an alternate.
Maybe.
Or whatever. You know, I don't know.
Never know. It's that age-old question. It's the butterfly effect. Mm-hmm. Is it real? Who knows?
Like, for every action, there is a reaction.
There's an equal and opposite reaction.
Yeah.
I sounded smart.
Okay, so
why don't you tell us the reasons why it might be a Back to the Future effect?
Well, I think it could be if, you know, instead of him going back and trying to save her, by doing what he does, it creates an opposite timeline where everything is different. Like, there's all the same people there, but they're living different lives. Mm-hmm. And, which is kind of confusing because they're similar. Like, in the Terminator, he's just going back and it changes things within that same timeline. Mm-hmm. But in the Back to the Future one, it creates another timeline and changes it. Mm-hmm. So it's like, you know, I don't know. I mean, like, okay, I'll use this as an example. In the second Back to the Future, Marty buys this sports almanac, and it goes from like 1955 up to like the 2000s or something like that. Mm-hmm. And it had like all these different scores of all these different, like, you know, of anything, like horse races, sports games, whatever. And the Biff from the 1985 timeline got a hold of it when Marty and the Doc went to 2015. And so it created an alternate 1985 timeline where everything was bad and Biff owned everything, and the cop, and, you know, there was all this crime going on and violence and everything. Mm-hmm. And so Marty and the Doc had to go back to 1955 to fix everything, because the 1955 Biff had the sports almanac, and so Marty had to find a way to get it from him so that they, and like burn it or whatever, just get rid of it so that it would fix the timeline. Mm-hmm. So that's basically what happened with that. For those of you that don't know about the Back to the Future movies.
Yeah.
But that was the only one that created the alternate timeline, was the second one. Mm. So, in the first one, he just goes back to the 50s and he meets his parents at his age when he was a teenager. Mm-hmm. And then in the third one, he's just in the Old West. But the second was the one that created the alternate 1985 timeline.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I think that how it could happen with the Flash is maybe like, I don't know, either somebody gets a hold of something that's like from the past, and it causes him to like do something, and then it creates another timeline. I don't know.
Or maybe someone from the future has something that creates.
Maybe. Yeah.
It could be another sports almanac type thing.
Yeah. It could. Like an item of some sort, mm-hmm. or a person of some sort.
Like either maybe Wells, because of what happened at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Or Gideon. Maybe they find Gideon.
Yeah.
And if they find Gideon, Barry's going to know a lot about his future.
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to destroy Gideon, or are they going to use it to help protect to help use it to
That's actually a very
save things.
Plausible thing. Like
the future.
Like if Gideon's a real person and he or she, I think it's a woman, right? Has all this information that could change things. It could create an alternate timeline where Barry, you know, is like not even the Flash or something like that because
he loses his powers.
Yeah, because he finds out that he's missing and he doesn't want like that to happen, and so
or he stops being
or he stops being the Flash, and so it creates another timeline, and then in the process it just messes everything up. So
this came to me while you were talking. Oh my gosh. What if, for those of you who know about JLA stuff, Justice League, what if Gideon is Brainiac? What if Gideon is Brainiac? Because, I mean, if you flash forward to the year 30, whatever, to 3000 something, you have the Legion of Superheroes, which has Brainiac 5 on their team, and Brainiac 5 is the only good Brainiac to date that I'm aware of.
You mean you didn't like the Brainiac in Smallville?
I'm just a crap.
Kidding.
I like the actor.
Yeah.
Spock. Spock, cool. Okay. Buffy reference to a Smallville reference to a.
Sorry.
Okay. That was a multi-dimensional answer. But like, it could be that the Wells that can run without being tripped by his own lightning, because that's what we're dealing with now.
Yeah.
The current Wells that we have that's riding around in the scooter thing, in the wheelchair, he can only run a short distance before his running screws up.
And then we saw in the extended trailer that he was like going whoosh, and then there was like another one, and then whoosh, and it was like
he was just running between them.
There were multiple Wells.
It only looked like that.
Wellses, whatever. I don't know how to pluralize that.
It's like when you move your finger so fast, it looks like there's two, because there's one here and one here.
Yeah.
But you see this.
But maybe he was cloning himself.
But, so, like, what I'm saying is that the Wells that's the Flash, the Reverse Flash, at the end of the episode, that has faced off against Barry, that has done all this, is future Wells. So therefore, Gideon could be from the future, because future Wells brought it back to help current Wells keep his powers.
Yeah.
And enhance them so that he could have them with the abilities that he has in the future.
Also, I wanted to add to the Back to the Future thing. In the comment they left, they said that the Back to the Future approach would explain why Wells, or could explain Wells not knowing about Firestorm, because maybe he did not exist in Wells' original timeline.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. We'll touch on that in a second. But, so the future Wells could be, like, well, whatever, but somehow Wells could be from a time where they have good Brainiac, and maybe that good Brainiac is, like, ancient and the body isn't working anymore, so they have to, like, put him into a machine. I mean, he is a machine, but whatever. And he becomes Gideon. With a female voice. That's weird, but still. This is a stupid idea, I know, but what if?
Okay.
I really need to tweet that to Devon. I need to know what he thinks about Gideon being Brainiac.
Tweet it later after.
I know. Okay.
So yeah,
Jinx,
what I just added about the thing with the Back to the Future is like, you know, that might explain why he didn't know about Firestorm, because he didn't exist in his timeline.
Mm-hmm.
So that is how it could be plausible too.
Yeah. That could be part of the Back to the Future effect.
Yeah.
I stand firmly in the Terminator effect.
I mean, it could be either one.
I prefer Terminator over Back to the Future, so that's probably why I'm more adamant towards the Terminator
And
effect.
I haven't seen the Terminator movies, but I love the Back to the Future movies, so.
She's deprived.
Hey, I am not deprived. Okay.
Terminator classic.
So is Back to the Future.
And I've seen that.
And that's older than Terminator.
I've seen all three.
I know, but they're classics too, just like the Terminator movies are.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see them at some point. It's okay. All right. So
the first two are the only two that matter.
Okay.
Okay.
So are we done talking about the question?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for your question.
Yes.
AGP _ the gamer.
The gamer.
And if you are our 15th subscriber, thank you for subscribing, because it's not showing up yet on the channel.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are the subscriber, then thank you.
Yes.
So yes. Okay.
And if it's not you, then whoever did it, thank you.
Yes. Okay. Going back to the list. Let's see.
Scrolling. Ho ho ho.
Okay. Barry and Joe scene. What was even going on in that scene? I can't even remember now.
When Joe said that.
Yeah, when they were talking about it, and he was saying that, you know, like, they wanted to test Wells' blood.
Mm-hmm.
And Barry was like, how, you know, he didn't understand why he was suspicious of Wells.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. But then he asked, well, are you okay with Wells now?
Mm-hmm.
And Joe said yes, which makes me sad.
Okay,
because I really don't think Cisco ran that DNA against Wells.
No, I don't think he did.
And when it turns out that it was Wells, when they find out that it's the Wells that we saw at the end of the episode, which I'm adamantly saying currently, that is future Wells. Because the current Wells can't run for very long. So the whole fight scene wouldn't have been able to happen.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason why I was saying there were two reverse flashes, is because Wells can't run for long.
Mm-hmm.
But now we see that maybe he can, but that would have to be future Wells.
Excuse me.
So.
Okay.
I lost track of what I was saying.
Oh, that, like, you don't think it would be Cisco, and when he does find out that it's Wells.
Right. Everyone's going to be pissed at Cisco for not running the DNA.
Yeah. Well, but they're all going to be surprised, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They're not going to... They never even suspected him. So, you know, I don't think that they're necessarily going to put all the blame on him.
No.
I think that they're going to kind of all blame themselves and feel guilty because they didn't figure it out and they didn't recognize it themselves.
Cisco's going to feel really bad because he didn't do what he was asked to do.
Yeah.
And he could have warned
and that
everyone.
Might further excuse me, my throat's really scratchy. That might further the killer vibe thing coming out. I mean, not the killer vibe. That might further the vibe thing coming out.
Yeah,
because of that.
Because Cisco Ramon.
Sorry, I was using the name for Caitlin and Cisco.
I was aware when you said killer vibe. I'm like, no.
Sorry.
Because as a lot of fans are aware that Vibe is Cisco Ramon. He's
and I think they said that they were planning on kind of like starting or introducing that storyline in the first season.
You saw that with the Pied Piper episode.
Yeah, you did.
He used his phone the vibration sounds from his phone to screw with the ear pieces of the Pied Piper.
So I think that it's only going to get just more in depth with it as season 1 progresses. Because there's only 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. There's only 22, 23. There's like 9 more episodes before the end of the season. So
that's not many.
No, it's not. But a lot can happen in 9 episodes. I mean, look at the first 9 episodes. Yeah. So, yeah, I really hope that we at least see the introduction of him as Vibe before the end of the season.
Yeah, like him more so using Vibe-like technology because I don't think it's going to be a metahuman power. He's going to create the technology that lets him help.
Yeah, because I think that he's just going to feel so bad about this whole thing with Wells that he's going to just be completely devoted to doing good and like helping people. And so I think that's
he's going to want to make up for the sins.
Yeah, he's going to want to make up for it, and I think that's what's going to help him kind of really ultimately become that. Like this is just going to start that.
Yeah.
And then it's just going to continue. So, all right. General Eiling and Stein. The interrogation thing.
Oh, yeah. He used the prodding stick to torture Stein. And Ronnie felt it. That was great acting, I thought.
Oh, from Robbie?
Yeah. You know, because, like...
yeah.
I like torture scenes.
I don't like torture scenes.
I like torture scenes. Okay, what the hell?
I don't like torture scenes because, to me, they're trying to get information out of someone, yet they torture them so much that they kill them, and then they don't always even end up getting the information. So what's the point of doing it? I don't understand, okay? Like, if you want the information, do it another way, but don't torture them for it. Because you're going to torture them to death, and then you might not even find it out anyway. So, it's both your losses. What the crap?
Okay, fine. Lower. There. Sorry, my plug was being stupid again. Okay.
Okay, so do you have anything to add to the Stein thing or the interrogation?
I liked the whole like dunk 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 the Morse code that he used.
Oh yeah.
And how Ronnie carved where into his arm. I wonder if that's gonna go away.
Maybe. Okay, Sisko. I just wanted to. It's a short little thing, but I wanted to mention Sisko's Friends reference because I thought that was really funny. And it was kind of true because, like, Caitlin and Ronnie are kind of like Ross and Rachel, like 10 seasons of Ross and Rachel combined into, just shrunk down into 1 year. So, because it's so on again, off again, and all the drama that happened with them after he came back and everything. So I just thought that was kind of funny and an appropriate thing for that. Let's see. Barry's plan to save his mom. We talked about that.
Yeah.
Wells in the yellow suit. We talked about that, kind of. Did we? Or
we kind of did. I thought
because you said you wanted to save it, so.
Well, we kind of didn't end up saving it.
Yeah. Okay. The last thing I have is Grodd.
Grodd. Telepathic.
Woo!
Oh yeah. What I want to know is, are they going to use Gorilla City?
I'm curious too. That would be really awesome if they did.
It would be. It would
be. What are you doing?
I don't know. It's a line from some movie or show or something. Like, they go, it will be.
It will be done.
No, like they go, it will be. It will be. Like they go from creepy to creepier.
Yeah. Okay, that's all I had.
Okay. So, wow, it's almost been an hour. It's 45 minutes. So, thank you for hanging on for so long.
Yes.
We went off on not very long tangents.
No, I mean, we were basically covering what was what the question, and that took a while because there was so much to it.
Yep.
And, yeah.
So,
we will get back, since there's going to be a month hiatus, we are going to get back to doing the character videos.
Yes. Sorry for disappearing on you guys with that without letting you guys know, but...
We just got busy, bombarded with school and homework and everything, and we didn't get a chance to get those done and mention it on one of the character videos itself. So, we're doing it now because there's a hiatus now, and so it gives us an opportunity to do those again.
Yeah. And we're thinking we might be able to finish.
We might be able to. I don't remember. I think we're on the male characters for Arrow, right?
Oh, we're on the male characters for everyone.
Okay, but we finished the... No,
Moira
we
was
didn't
the
finish
last
the Flash.
female.
Okay, so we're still doing the males for the Flash, and we're doing the males for Arrow.
We're just starting the males for Arrow.
We're going to do Oliver, and then for the Flash, I think we're doing Wells?
No, we did Wells.
No, we're doing...
I think we have Eddie next.
I think we have Eddie next, okay. Which sucks, because...
We should redo Wells.
We should, and... I almost just want to just focus on the Arrow ones and just wait to do Eddie until after we get more information from episode 15. Because that's going to be a big episode with a lot of questions coming out and a lot of things being answered.
Yeah.
And so if we wait until then to do Eddie's, then we'll have a lot more to talk about.
Yeah.
So I think we should do that with his and just focus on the others right now.
Okay. So we'll wait for Eddie's, and we'll wait until the until Eddie's to also redo Wells.
Yeah,
because we just did Wells.
We did, like before we.
And thank you to everyone. There's over 160 views on that thing. I think it went up to 167.
Yeah. So thank you for. I mean, I'm not surprised that the Wells one is one of the most watched.
Yeah.
But. Yeah,
with so many views.
Thank you for all the views, and probably some of it is us because we had to go back in there and like look at comments and stuff like that.
Yeah, but not much.
Yeah, but not much of it. Most of it is from everybody else.
Maybe like 5.
Because I mean, sometimes if like I was checking to see if there was comments on it from my phone, there's no way for me to just look at the comments. I have to bring the video up, and so it'll count as a view. But other than that, it's probably been from everybody else.
And you didn't really check it that much.
No, I didn't. I usually check the Wells ones on my computer.
So most of those views are from you guys. So thank you so much for having an interest in what we had to say about one of the most annoyingly awesome characters on this show.
Yes.
So we will remake that one.
Or what we could do is we could just add to it.
I don't know how to do that.
We could just just record another video and then like say that this is like Harrison Wells Part 2.
Oh, yeah, okay. I thought you meant like add it on.
But instead of just completely remaking it and losing all those views that we have.
Yeah, no, we could
just do a part 2.
Part 2.
Yeah. That's what I meant by adding on. Like, just add on with an extra part.
Maybe, like, new Wells theory.
Yeah. Or, like, Harrison Wells character video part 2 or something.
Yeah, something like that.
But we will definitely do another one for him.
Yeah.
Because there's so much that's going on.
There's so much that we've covered in just these 5 episodes that... Because we did that before...
We did that over the break. Yeah.
Over the break, so we had no clue what was going to happen.
We did the Wells video the day before it came back from its hiatus in January. Yeah. So
the Monday before.
The Monday before.
So these 5 episodes have drastically changed. Probably over half of what we said.
Yeah.
So we will add to that. Whatever.
Yeah, we will. And we'll just focus on the Arrow, and maybe we'll start some other character ones while we're waiting.
Yeah.
If we have time.
Because we did promise
we did promise someone that we would get the Once Upon a Time character
Julia
videos done. Or at least start on them. And the show is coming back on March 1st.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's before the...
Yeah, I mean, it's okay if we're still doing them when the show is going on. Mm-hmm. Because, with Once Upon a Time, it's far enough into it that it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
At this point. But we will definitely get started on those while we have the little break that we have.
Yep.
So.
And for those of you who watch this and are asking, well, why don't you do Supernatural character reviews? We will eventually.
Yeah.
There's just with season 10.
There's 10 seasons worth of character stuff to talk about with that show.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And with this current season, I'm not all thrilled about talking about it.
Yeah. And I mean, but like we would basically have, if we're doing a backstory of the whole character, we're going to have to talk about 10 seasons worth.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be really
That's going to be a long video.
Videos.
I mean, all the other shows we've done character reviews for have only been like one or two or more seasons.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're not that long yet. Because Arrow's only 3 seasons in, and The Flash is on its first season.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So.
But we will do Supernatural. Maybe we'll just, like, break it up into parts. Like, do seasons 1 through 5 for one video, and then 5 through 10, or 6 through 10 for the next video of that character.
Yeah. So, that's what we've got coming down the pipeline.
Because now that you know how to edit, you can do it.
Yeah. I can. I figured it out last weekend.
We might have to edit this video.
No.
A little bit.
No.
Like the battery stuff.
So that's over half the video?
No.
I don't exactly know how to take out little chunks of it.
Okay.
So, yeah. We're friends. Okay. So... I guess until next time,
keep believing in the impossible.